Just past the top of the hour here on News Radio 1580 WCCF. It's the CDBIA hour, and with us today is Mike Jouer from Security Alarm, in the area since 1979. And if you're looking to get an alarm system for your house, call and get a quote. They'll come out and do the whole house, right? That's how it works, Michael, right?
Typically, yes. Most homeowners will, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it all. We're going to do all the doors and windows and a motion detector or two and a keypad or two. So, and like I said, what we do at Security Alarm is we go out, we take a look, see what they have for needs or wants, and we kind of work with them from there.
And you can check out all the systems online at securityalarm.com, right?
SecurityAlarmCorp.com.
Corp,
Yep.
Okay, throw in the Corp. SecurityAlarmCorp.com.
Yes.
Check that out, because if you're looking, you'll get the full scope of everything they do.
You will, and we have different systems that we can use. Some are wireless, some are hardwired. Some have nice touch keypads, some are just a standard keypad. Just depends on the customer's taste, their budget, their wants, things like that.
And you can call the office to get someone to come out at 625-9700. That's 625-9700.
Yes.
When someone sets an appointment, what are the questions that you guys ask to figure out what you're getting into?
A lot of times what we do, if they call Security Alarm Corporation, we'll ask them, the age of the house. And the reason is because there are some systems that will work better with different ages of the house. And the reason I say that is because, there's different builds of a house where maybe there's no attic room to run a wire or things like that. So basically we'll ask them the age of the house, their address, their phone number, if they know maybe who built their house, because, we do deal with a lot of builders in the area. So we have a good idea of maybe attic space or insulation, if it's foam insulation, or the blow-in, things like that. So we usually ask them, age of the house, if it's a condo, things like that.
What exactly, when you get a Security Alarm Corporation system, what do you monitor? What's being monitored? Are so many different things? It's not just intrusion, is it? Or is it?
No, basically there's different steps of monitoring. Your first is your intrusion, which can be done either through a landline. If you don't have a landline in your house, that's fine too. It's actually cheaper in the end if you don't have a landline for monitoring purposes. What happens basically is the different levels of monitoring we have is A, for your burglar alarm. B, we also do residential and commercial fire. We do residential and commercial fire, which a lot of insurance companies now are requiring homeowners to have fire monitoring in their house, or smoke detectors.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially seasonal, believe it or not. We also do offer the automation of remote access, to where you can look at your system from a smartphone or a tablet, again, things like that. If you want to arm or disarm your system, maybe if you're not home or if your kids leave and you want to check to make sure they arm the system, you can do that right from your smart source. No internet is needed for the alarm purposes of that. It's a very, very cool feature. I do it all the time.
It is. It's going to be fascinating when you're setting up a system like that. Are you talking to the homeowner as to what this is going to do for them, how it's going to set up, and does it bring insurance rates down?
It does. Every insurance company is different. Some will offer a monthly discount, some will offer an annual discount, whether it be a set dollar amount or an annual percentage, things like that. That's dependent on each insurance company. Now, basically, each insurance company, they obviously do care about the burglar purpose of it, but most insurance companies are more concerned with the fire and the smoke detection. They will give you another discount on top of that, usually, if you have the fire and smoke detection. They're more concerned about that.
What about the alarms going to a pool area?
You can do a pool area. The easiest, the quickest, easiest fix, I should say, for a pool area would be you don't want to do a motion detector outside. Believe it or not, because every time
a bird flies
through, or a bobcat goes through, it's going to be setting your alarm off. A lot of homeowners, if they really are concerned about their pool, they will do some sort of a beam motion detector. That way, if something crosses that barrier, maybe within X amount of feet of their house or their back windows, it will set the alarm off. So pool areas can be done.
Okay.
Yes.
Does the type of window that you have in your home make it more or less cost effective?
Good question.
Whether it's a horizontal roller, single hung?
Not usually. Basically, there are different kinds of contacts. Some homes in the area are a little bit older that might have a crank out window.
And when you're talking about contacts, you're talking about what?
Yes,
in and out.
Yeah. If your window is raised or your frame is messed with or things like that, it will set the alarm off. There are different options. A lot of new homeowners that are having a house built will put what we call it, the screens in their window, to where every 3 or 4 inches is a very thin line in your screen. Now what happens is that's usually put in during the construction of a house. Good thing with that is if somebody cuts the screen, punches it, takes the frame off, bends the screen, anything like that, it immediately will set your alarm off. Now, for those who don't put those indoor new construction, there's always a way of doing some sort of a window.
That's fascinating. Yeah, and the types of windows. I thought about it. The old crankouts. You're right.
Even
Yeah.
even the awning windows now. I mean, those are the old ones are called jealousies, and the new ones they refer to them as awnings. And haven't built so many. The taste in the window varies so far that it basically comes back to where you were raised. But I wondered about the alarm systems with the awning crank. Do you actually put something on each pane?
You put something in, you can put something in each window or the screens. A lot of times if somebody has like a crank out window or the awning type window, is we can put usually a wireless contact, because our systems are hybrid, and what I mean by that is you can have some hardwired and some wireless on the same system.
Okay, let's go back a second. You got an alarm system in the house, and you got screens on your window, and you crank the window open because it's a beautiful day that we leave all the windows in the house open.
Yep.
How do we know if someone comes in? Is that set to
Screens on the inside.
screen?
Screen is on the inside, yeah.
Okay.
Or even if it's on the outside, as soon as somebody messes with that screen, it's going to set your alarm off.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of homeowners will have their houses vented, if you will, say in the middle of the night. They'll have it open just a little bit or something like that. And as soon as the screen gets tampered with or anything like that, it's gonna set your alarm off, whether you're home or whether you're outside of the house.
That's how they broke into our house, was they cut the screen on the lanai. Just little
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Hippo's in the house this morning. Mike Jaware from Security Alarm. If you got a question about your security system at your house, give us a call, 206-1580, or toll free, 888-441-1580. If you want to call and get a quote for your home, 625-9700. That's 625-9700. With Security Alarm Corporation, there's a lot more building going on.
Yes, there is.
And if you're a homeowner, call them now. Get them to get in touch with your builder.
Yes, now is actually the time to do it. I had a homeowner that met with me last Friday. They're just the permitting stage. And they said, we know we're really, really early. I said, well, not really. I said, because now's the time to kind of find out what you want. Now's the time to come to Security Alarm and say, we want to have these windows done or screens done or things like that. Because like I said before, for example, if you want the screens done, you're going to want to do that while the house is being built. We want to run the wires in the attic before the ceiling goes up and the drywall goes up. So it's never too early to at least find out what you're looking for and to get pricing and do a walkthrough. We oftentimes, and Donna can attest to this, we will oftentimes give a customer a quote based off a blueprint, long before the foundation is even laid. We'll take a look, they'll say, I want my doors and windows, and we'll say, okay, we'll take a look at the construction of the house and, recommend the correct pieces of equipment that they need.
Yeah, because you never know how they're gonna do things in the house. Except from the blueprints itself.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot more cost effective to get in there and do it before the drywall goes up.
It usually is. We do have a couple of guys that are much smaller than me. They can go up in the attic and run a wire almost anywhere.
Yeah, his name's James.
Yes, it is.
By design.
But the thing is come May or June, by 9 o'clock in the morning, it's 130 degrees in the attic. So we always tell homeowners, if we want to do a hardwired system, which we can do, we'll ask them, how early can we get here? Can we be here at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. when it's 90 degrees in the attic versus 130 by 9 a.m.? So it is much more cost effective, and it's easier for everybody involved.
And the alarm usually goes inside the attic too, when it goes off.
The siren part of it,
yeah.
We usually we put a siren inside of the house, and we usually put one in the attic by the soffits, to the front of the closest neighbor or the nearest neighbor. That way they can hear it as well.
Exactly.
There's double coverage that way.
We're with Mike Jaware from Security Alarm Corporation. You can give him a call at 625-9700 or check him out online at securityalarmcorp.com. That's securityalarmcorp.com. You got questions, give us a call, 206-1580 or toll free, 888-441-1580. We're going to be back with traffic.